the jaws of oblivion.
Remaster, remake, and reimagining. These three terms seem to be used interchangeably by everyone. It sparked many debates whether something is a remake or remaster, especially with releases such as Oblivion Remastered and Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. And sometimes, companies will take the opportunity to charge more than what they are offering as a remake. So, what exactly is a remaster and a remake at this point? I'm going to hold your balls as I say this. A visual remake is no different than a remaster. To understand this, we must understand the definition of these two terms. From my research and understanding by using Google, Reddit, or whatever, remaster is basically something that was revamped by graphics, sound, and gameplay but still remains faithful to the original. A remake is usually something that was rebuilt from the ground up with new graphics, gameplay, and sometimes there might be some story changes, but usually everything was remade with a new vision. So when you understand the definition of what exactly is a remaster and a remake, visual remake sounds a lot like a remastering. I mean, the whole point of remastering is to make something look better, doesn't it? So why the confusion? In my opinion, people still apply how movie does remaster to video games. In reality, these two media have different approaches to remastering. For movies, the option is usually limited to just upscaling and redoing the CGI because anything more than that will require so much money and maybe a time machine. Like if an actor is dead, there's kinda nothing they can do about it. What they have is what they have really. As for video games, it's somewhat endless to what developers can do because as long as they have the source file, they can just go back in and change stuff that doesn't age well, such as gameplay, graphics, models, and maybe the soundtrack or whatever. For example, Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered did not only remake the graphics, Capcom went back in and changed the gameplay by allowing Frank to move while aiming, even improving survivors' AI as they are no longer stupid and actually does something now. And of course, we have The Last of Us Part 1, which remade the entire map the game takes place in. They also brought in some improvement from The Last of Us Part 2, like the UI for example. And of course, Naughty Dog went back in and improved the facial capture to make them look more expressive and conveys the emotion in the scene better than before. Either way, sure they are technically a remake, but calling them a remake for a visual and engine change kinda puts a bad releases such as GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition into the same category. Like when you think about it, it has its visual remake, engine change to UE4, quality of life improvements, and even gameplay changes. So like, how come it's not considered as one? Is it because it doesn't fit the narrative mindset? Either way, you know, if I want to apply the same movie logic, we don't see a movie remaking things one to one. They will try to add a few changes like better pacing, dialogue, cinematography, maybe some new story addition, because that's kinda the whole point of a remake, to remake everything, you know. Like, is it even a remake if the game plays the same as the original except it has new visual and whatnot? Isn't that like remastering? In my book, real video games remake are games such as Resident Evil 2, 3, 4 Remake, Mafia Definitive Edition, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake. They are more true to the definition of what a remake actually is. Hell, from what I can tell, only Capcom understands the term remake and remaster because they haven't gone far to overhype something as a remake. Because of Dead Rising, they even made a new remastering term called Deluxe Remaster to facilitate this kind of release. Deluxe Remaster, as defined by them, is a remaster that improves its playability and graphics. I mean sure, like most things in the world, nothing is perfect. They also had a few misses, like Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster was not perfect as it has a few downgrades from the OG, and some RE engine issues because it's just not built for an open world game. Even RE3 Remake was a mixed bag due to how it removed a bunch of stuff from the OG. But still, you know, they're more honest than most companies in the gaming market right now. On and all, what I'm trying to say is, I think we should welcome visual remake as a remastering technique now because back then, you know, I think remastering was just different. Like developers thought maybe we should just upscale things, but now they have realized that they can just do more than that to remaster. Because that's the whole point of remastering, you know, to make things look or sound better. It doesn't just extend to texture, it can go to graphics and how it runs, how it plays and whatnot. So I guess we all should welcome that to, ensure a better gaming future where we don't get cheated with an absurd price release anymore. So that's all I'm trying to say. I don't know, let me know what you guys think, and thank you for watching and subscribe.